Hey, I'm Adam Jusko from ProudMoney.com. Is Capital One raising credit lines on their credit cards? They say they are, and we're going to talk about that. But first, I'm going to ask you to please subscribe to this YouTube channel if you have not already. And if you have already, I thank you for doing so. So Capital One is sort of known for not being overly generous when it comes to credit line increases. They are known to be somewhat generous in terms of approvals if you are someone whose credit score is maybe not as high. But what many people find out is they may be approved at a sort of lower credit line, and then it is difficult to get that credit line increased from Capital One over time. Capital One now says that is changing. According to a Bloomberg article from last week at an investor conference, Capital One's CEO Richard Fairbanks said that Capital One is now offering credit line increases to both prime and subprime customers. Now, while this might sound like good news, we should also remember that earlier in 2020, Capital One was one of the more aggressive credit card issuers in terms of cutting credit lines down. So what we don't know is whether people that had their credit lines slashed at an earlier time are now simply getting their credit lines back, or whether Capital One is going to be more aggressive about giving even larger credit lines than maybe their customers had in the first place. So it's hard to know exactly what to do with this information. It doesn't necessarily sound like Capital One is inviting people to ask for credit line increases. It feels a little more like they're probably going to go through their books and figure out who they believe deserves an automatic credit line increase based on whatever metrics they use. However, if I were someone that had my credit line cut within the last year, and especially if nothing has really changed with me in terms of income or my payment history on the account, if I've been up to date with everything and there's no reason that they should have cut my credit line to begin with, well, then I could see jumping on the phone with Capital One and saying, hey, you cut my credit line back in July or whatever, and I believe I should still have that credit line. Is there a chance at getting that back? Because based on this news, it suggests that they do want to give these credit lines back if they feel like customers deserve them. And if someone was doing everything right and they got their credit line cut anyway, I don't know who's a more deserving customer than that. Overall, though, I think Capital One and a lot of the other credit card issuers ended up being surprised that things did not get worse over the past year in terms of defaults and late payments. People had stimulus checks that many of them put toward their credit cards. People did not maybe spend as much on their credit cards over the last year because there wasn't as much to do with those credit cards. So now, as we sort of see a light at the end of the tunnel between the vaccines rolling out and the weather starting to warm up again, there is some optimism that the next 6 months are going to look a whole lot better than the last 12 months did. And so Capital One is probably trying to get out in front of that, and I would not be surprised if some of the other card issuers do the same. So that's really it. If you are a Capital One customer in particular, I would love to hear your experience over the last year. Did you have your credit line cut? Have you heard back from Capital One about maybe getting that credit line back or getting a credit limit increase automatically? All of that stuff I would love to hear in that comment section below. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and as always, please go to ProudMoney.com where we do credit card reviews, we talk personal finance, talk deals, and all sorts of other fun stuff too. Thanks for watching. Bye.